Hello, and welcome to Movie Recap, where we recap the best and the latest movies and TV series. And today, we dive into the story of Mike McCluskey, the mayor of Kingstown. So, without any more delays, let's dive right in. Mike's smuggling contraband over a prison wall, an act overlooked by the guards. Kingstown is home to multiple prisons, and brothers Mitch and Mike McCluskey serve as unofficial intermediaries between inmates and the community.
Everybody be dead if it wasn't for you.
Mitch, who took over from their father, is widely known as the mayor. Mitch is approached by a woman who asks him to collect a package for incarcerated prisoner Milo. Although hesitant, he agrees. Meanwhile, prison guard Jim requests Mike's help with his younger brother Sam, a rookie guard who was tricked into writing a letter, now being used against him by inmates. Mitch and Mike successfully negotiate with Bunny, the black gang leader outside the prison, to retrieve the letter. However, inside the prison, Sam, frustrated by taunts about the letter, loses control and attacks an inmate, fabricating a story to make it seem like self-defense. The guards retaliate, beating the inmate to death. To protect Sam, the captain transfers him to the towers. Meanwhile, Miriam McCluskey, the brother's mother and a college professor who teaches female inmates, is introduced, along with their younger brother Kyle, a detective. Mike and Kyle retrieve the package for Milo, discovering it contains stashed money, which they secure in Mitch's office. However, the woman who provided the information is murdered. Her killer, learning about the cash, forces Mitch to open the safe before killing him.
Open the safe.
Devastated, Mike seeks vengeance. The police locate Mitch's murderer and assure Mike he will not stand trial. SWAT raids the suspect's house, killing him and seizing the stolen money as evidence.
Mike, I give you my word. If he's alone in there, he will never get off that couch.
Pick up the pistol and point it toward the ceiling. Yeah? Bring the muzzle down slowly in my direction.
Miriam, grieving Mitch's death, urges Mike to leave Kingstown, fearing for his life. But with the community looking to him for leadership, Mike decides to stay.
So they can help me. My daughter, she's in real trouble.
What's her name?
Milo's men threaten him over the missing money, but he convinces them otherwise. Understanding the importance of keeping Mike content, Milo orders his men to bring Iris, a high-end escort, from New York to serve as his liaison. Meanwhile, the prison guards realize the deal Mitch and Mike brokered for Sam is void due to Sam's actions. They demand Mike fix it. Mike orchestrates a plan by having Ed lock up black leadership, causing internal gang strife. He then pressures Bunny into releasing Sam, warning that losing control of the yard could be catastrophic.
They want their boy. Give him back. You get the yard back.
Where you at? You a friend of me or you a friend of them?
It is revealed that Mitch was an informant for the feds, and they offer Mike the same deal, which he accepts.
Special Agent Perry, you mind if we have a chat? If you would be interested in being a paid informant.
Yes! Give me the paper!
Besides aiding the feds and guards, Mike also helps local police with cases. A meth cook, Kenny, inadvertently causes an explosion that kills his wife and child. The authorities, unwilling to endure a prolonged trial, seek Mike's help in ensuring Kenny doesn't survive prison. Mike warns them that such an arrangement would require costly deals with all the gangs. He advises taking Kenny out during his arrest, but they refuse. Despite Mike's concerns, the deal proceeds. Kenny surrenders, but instead of being taken into direct custody, he is sent to Kingstown Prison, where the inmates kill him. Miriam urges Mike to convince Kyle to leave Kingstown, especially with fatherhood approaching. Mike talks to Kyle at his cabin, advising him to consider other options. Meanwhile, the prison gangs press Mike for favors, but he resists their demands. He warns Duke, a gang leader, against pushing too hard, reinforcing that SWAT will make life miserable for anyone who crosses the line. Iris arrives and attempts to seduce Mike, but he dismisses her and warns her about working for Milo. Soon after, a desperate father, Mr. Shaw, approaches Mike, seeking help in delaying the execution of Parker, a serial killer who confessed to killing his daughter, but later recanted. Since her body was never found, her case was never tried, and her father believes Parker's execution will free him from suffering. Bunny asks Mike to take his younger brother to a hockey game since he cannot leave the neighborhood. In return, Bunny attempts to get information from Parker. During the game, a fight breaks out, but Mike ensures Bunny's brother remains safe. The police arrest Carlos and send him to prison for outstanding warrants, while Internal Affairs question Kyle and Ian following a shootout. Mike intervenes to help them craft a defensible narrative. Meanwhile, tensions in prison escalate when white gangs attempt to seize control of the yard, leading to a riot. Sam, in an attempt to stop an attack, accidentally kills the victim, resulting in a full lockdown. To protect him, the warden transfers Sam to the female prison. Bunny warns Mike that Sam must pay for his actions, and his gang is growing restless. Duke also pressures Mike to lift the lockdown, reminding him of their deal. Mike, frustrated with Ed's mismanagement, warns that their failure to honor agreements could provoke chaos. Milo, realizing Mike rebuffed Iris, orchestrates her assault so Mike has a reason to rescue her. A battered Iris seeks Mike's help. He arranges medical care for her and retaliates against her attacker. The feds take an interest in Iris after she reveals she was forced to sleep with powerful men as part of a payment scheme. Milo calls Mike to meet outside the prison and warns him that Iris is talking, revealing she has a tracking chip. By the time Mike returns, 2 agents guarding Iris are dead, and she is missing. The feds, suspecting Mike, investigate but find no direct connection. Mike confronts Milo in prison, who orders him to retrieve a metal object buried in a field. Mike searches and uncovers a buried bus containing 26 bodies, including Mr. Shaw's missing daughter. Authorities are stunned, unsure of Milo's connection. Evelyn, the DA, wants Milo transferred to apply pressure. Meanwhile, inmates initiate a hunger strike to protest the lockdown. The warden, hoping to restore order, negotiates peace among the gangs and lifts the lockdown despite the guards' objections. Iris, drugged and abused by Duke's gang, is eventually sold off, but Bunny's men intercept the transaction and rescue her. Mike kills Duke and his crew, then removes Iris's tracking chip, taking her to his cabin to recover. At the female prison, Sam is manipulated by an inmate named Cherry, who seduces and later kills him, claiming self-defense. Simultaneously, in the male prison, coordinated gang members stab and kill Jim. The guards, fearing an organized uprising, push for lockdown, but the warden refuses. Instead, he orders the transfer of the black gang leader. During this transfer, Ian and Kyle attempt to relocate Milo, but chaos ensues when inmates ambush the guards, seizing weapons and taking over the prison. Mike, unaware of the riot while at his cabin with Iris, learns about it and rushes back. Miriam informs him that Kyle is inside, and Mike reassures her he'll handle it. With multiple agencies arguing over jurisdiction, Mike establishes contact with Kyle, who hides for safety. SWAT initiates a rescue, saving Kyle and Ian just in time. The inmates demand to negotiate only with Mike, executing a guard to prove their seriousness. The National Guard, now positioned outside, opens fire when the gang leader kills Ed. SWAT storms the prison, engaging in a deadly battle. In the aftermath, many die, but Mike and Kyle make it out alive, reuniting with Miriam. As the season concludes, Milo escapes disguised as a guard, while Mike retreats to his cabin with Iris. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Press the bell icon to notify you when we release new video.